Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. The American Dirt Series 360 winged sprint cars. Here once again, we're at the Speed Palace, the Port Royal Speedway. We are in heat race number 3. Again, this is just a bit of a late broadcast and a make-up broadcast after the issues that we had on Friday night with their round 11 at Williams Grove Speedway. Of course, right now we are in heat race number 3, so let's quickly take a look. Qualifying results just quickly, so let's get a quick recap on who got what. Cameron Pritchard went quick time. Tommy Scott Jr., Zach Althoff, Nicholas McGeady, Eric Whitney at top 5, Skylar Brown, Stacey Elmore, Coulter West, Kenny Hoffman, Dustin Sargent. We get top 10. Heat 1 results went the way of Cameron Pritchard, Kenny Hoffman, Casey Simons, Eric Whitner, Dan Buell, Randy Post, Bob Everson, Cole Ferguson, and Paul. Yep, we'll get to that one later. Heat number 2 results. Quickly, Tommy Scott, Ryland Gray, Alex Zazinski, Robert Boggs, Raymond Gephardt, Dustin Sargent, Skylar Brown, JP Scheiderer. That's your top 5, and of course, heat race number 3. G'day, mate. G'day. Heat 3 right now on the racetrack. Zach Althoff, Garrett Halsey, Lane Snook, Stacey Elmore, Jack Young, Joseph Grady, Nathan Davis back in the pits. We're back underway in heat race number 3 here at the Speed Palace. Watching down into 1 and 2, Zach Althoff leading from Garrett Halsey. Meanwhile, Lane Snook in the 23 machine running in 3rd. Then you go back to Stacey Elmore rounding out your 4th spot on the racetrack. Jack Young makes up your top 5. Meanwhile, Halsey trying to make it work on the inside of the racetrack, down into 1 and 2. Challenge for the race lead here at Port Royal Speedway. But Althoff around the outside of the 417. Here comes Halsey. Slide job. Mini slider down into turn number 3 and 4. Althoff with the turn under, and he's now got back the race lead down into turn number 1. Training sliders at both ends of the racetrack. Althoff and Halsey working side by side, wheel to wheel, wing panel to wing panel. Down into 3 we go. Halsey's got the advantage off turn number 4. And Garrett Halsey, your new race leader. Zach Althoff runs in the runner-up position. Stacey Elmore 3rd. Then you go back to Jack Young, who's closing the door in that 10 machine on the 07. Here he comes. Young looking for 3rd spot. Elmore into the wall. Goes around. Nobody else coming behind him as Elmore's going to find themselves back in 4th. Make that 5th position. It's still Garrett Halsey, your race leader, from Zach Althoff by 3.5 tenths of a second. Halsey with just 3 laps left to run. Halsey had to start outside the 2nd row from position number 4. I think we've got one more heat race after this, and then we'll check quickly at the rest of the schedule. But again, this is just a last-minute thing, seeing as though the Pro World Championship qualifying series is done and dusted for week number 3 here at this very racetrack. Halsey going to come up to the back of the 07 machine of Stacey Elmore. Put the 07 potentially a lap down. I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch up to that 07 machine. So Elmore more than likely going to stay on the lead lap. Went down into 3 and 4. Final time is upon us, and it's going to be Garrett Halsey getting the win. 2nd will go to Zach Althoff, Jack Young in 3rd, followed by Joseph Grady in 4th position. And you go back to Elmore, going to run out your top 5. Snook, Davis, and Harris, your 8 starters. And 5 finishers in heat race number 3. So let's take a look at heat race number 3 results. And then, of course, we will take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And we're going to take a photo of that one, but it is Garrett Halsey getting the win from Zach Althoff in 2nd, Young, 3rd, Grady, Elmore, Snook, Davis, and Harris. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. For heat race number 4, and here it is on the pole position. It's going to be Nicholas McGeady to the outside of the front row. Coulter West at a position number 2. Matt Grimm from position number 3. Stephen Fernberg from position number 4. Trevor Royer lines up at a position number 5. Ryan Sheep from position number 6. Terrell Wheeler out of position number 7. Jeffrey Newbert out of position number 8. I'm waiting on no one, because we are ready for a start. Final heat race of the night before we move in to what should be 2 last chance qualifiers. So we're taking 16 for the moment. And I dare say we're either going to take top 3 or 1 B main of 6. We'll have to wait and see what happens here after this one. 30 lap main event. We will have a warm-up session, of course. During that warm-up session, we will, of course, play some music. Seeing as though we didn't play any before. Like I said, we're just sort of coming into this one. And I want to say that this is their 3rd week. Let me have a look. Let's take a look at the schedules. And we are at May 15th. I've got a son that is back. This is week number 3. That is correct. We are green flag action here at the Port Royal Speedway. McGeethy got a good start. Oh, we are yellow. And that comes off Nicholas McGeethy. Apologise, I had to deal with a kid. Who wants him? Seriously. So Nicholas McGeethy, the man that brings on the yellows in heat race number 4. Ouch. Oh, getting caught up in that one was Coulter West in the 10 machine. Of course, McGeethy is able to drive on through from that one. Then they will stop, wait for the pace car. Trevor Royer driving the Black Diamond Motorsports. Tim Sims, Ultimate Dirt TV number 90 machine. Got his teammate driving that totally tinted Tim Sims Black Diamond Motorsports Velocity Race Desires Ultimate Dirt TV number 10 of Ryan Sheet. Following in suit here at Port Royal Speedway. Both drivers running in 3rd and 4th position. Of course, they started next to one another. So it looks like we will be turning the lights off on the pace truck. So let's go through, let's check out the American Dirt Series Sprint Cars. Again, I want to say this is their Lightning division. So just on one of the other screens we're going to go through. In fact, I want to say that this... So week 1 at Knoxville. No, it wouldn't be the Lightning, because that has already won. So this would be the Lightning one. So week 1 Lucas Oil last week, from what I can see. It was Mason Hannigan, Kenny Hoffman, JP Scheiderer coming home with the podium positions. But here we go, week number... Well, I'm just going to call it week number 2. I thought it was week number 3. Sheet and Royer trying to chase down Stephen Fernberg in the runner-up position as Matt Grimm leads him out of turn number 4. Problems for Coulter West in the 10 machine. So we'll have to wait for the timing and scoring to fix itself up here, of course. It is Matt Grimm leading the way in that number 90 machine. That King Race Designs number 91 machine. Fernberg still in that runner-up position. Then you got the teammates battling it up for 3rd and 4th position. Those Trevor Royer and Ryan Sheet. Nicholas McGeethy in 5th. Terrell Wheeler in position number 6. Here comes Sheet to the inside now on Royer. Couldn't complete the pass in 3 and 4. McGeethy closing in on the 10 machine. Meanwhile, challenge for the runner-up position as Matt Grimm continues to lead the way from Stephen Fernberg. Here is Royer once again down the front straightaway. We are halfway home. 5 down and 5 to run. Heat race number 4. Final heat race of the night. Grimm, Fernberg, Royer and Sheet looking to put themselves into the main event tonight. 30 laps will be the distance here at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway. Grimm out by 1 second over Stephen Fernberg in the 29. Then you go back to the 90 of Royer upstairs. And down low is Ryan Sheet in the 10 machine. 3 to run. Who will take out the final heat race of the night? All signs pointing to that number 91. The 91 machine, I think it was. The King Race Designs entry of Matt Grimm. McGeethy back in the pit area, caught the West out of the event. Let's see if he can get returned for the B main. Fernberg still in the runner-up position, but it is your race leader off turn number 4. The 91 entry. Driving the King Race Designs. Black and green and yellow machine. Matt Grimm. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Matt Grimm will take home heat race number 4. Stephen Fernberg home in second. Royer will grab third. Sheet will grab fourth. Terrell Wheeler will round out to top 5. West, McGeethy and Hubert will be going to the last chance Shona, and that will be 2 last chance qualifiers where it should be top 3. So heat 4 results coming up on your screen. As Grimm, Fernberg, Royer and Sheet will go through. Wheeler, McGeethy, West, Newbert will go to the last chance qualifiers. And those last chance qualifiers will happen right now. 12 laps is the distance. Top 3 will go through to your A main. Daniel Buell lines up on the pole position. Stacey Elmore from position number 2. Position number 3, Randy Post. Position number 4, Lane Snook. Position number 5, Bob Evertson. The second, Nathan Davis from position number 6. Cole Ferguson 7th, and Thomas Harris is scheduled to line up out of position number 8. That is not how we see it. So Bob Everton and Thomas Harris will not make the call. So 6 of the drivers will find themselves battling for 12 laps. Oh no, was it 15? This is why I take photos sometimes. It's 12 laps, I was right. And 6 cars do battle for 3 laps. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll send them around one more time and let's see if we can get this shared out, because, well, I think these guys deserve to get access. And again, we've got access to over 50,000 followers. So while we get this all happening, apologies, we're just going to sort of go quiet just a little bit because we are setting, we're going to share all this out, and while that is happening, we go green flag here at the Port Royal Speedway. Your B main is underway, and boy, I tell you what, Lane Snook, not afraid to go upstairs into 1 and 2. He'll do the same into 3 and 4. We've got Contact, we've got Carnage and Calamity, and probably a good time to go yellow, but it looks like we're going to stay green. No, there is the yellow flag coming out, and again, a good time for the yellow flag to get thrown, because that just means we get to share out the broadcast. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you to tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. Again, we are live across all the social media pages. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, we've got them all covered. So we're not far away from hopefully getting this first B main back underway. And we're almost done. We're almost done. I can feel it. And I know we're getting down to the bottom end of the pages. So a couple of cars, Cole Ferguson back in the pits, Lane Snook about to come back out onto the racetrack. And there we go, we are done. The thing has been shared quite a number of times. So again, if you're watching live across the social media page, don't forget to hit that like and follow button, hit the subscribe on the YouTube feed. And again, we're live across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, access to over 50,000 followers. No other Dirt broadcaster can say that. If they can, I'm calling bull. I'd like to see the numbers on where they've got access to. Actually, I think one other guy might have them, but that's because, well, money talks apparently. So we should be going 2 to green. Here we are, final. No, I wasn't paying attention to that one. Here we are, ready here at Port Royal. One more time. Going back racing. 5 cars to do battle for the 3 spots on the racetrack. Here comes a 54 ready post trying to get by Lane Snook. Snook now looks to the outside on Nathan Davis, but Nathan Davis going to challenge Daniel Buell for the race lead down into 3 and 4. And Nathan Davis, he's got the lead at the line. Buell runs in second position, 3 wide, now 3 wide for the race lead, 3 wide for the runner-up position, 3 wide for the transfer spots. Now they spread themselves out, single file down the back straightaway. Elmore trying to move up one more position, trying to get a better, well, trying to find himself into the top 3 to move into the 30-lap main event later on tonight. Davis runs the cushion through 1 and 2, and that Black Diamond Motorsports totally tinted car number 36 machine. He's working a treat right through the middle of the raceway. Lane Snook in the Majula C Speed Shop, number 23 machine. Still the runner-up position in the 3rd and final spot. On the racetrack for the transfer is the 54 entry of Randy Post. Then you go back to Elmore. Buell, remember, 3 laps ago on the restart, was your race leader. There is Elmore in that 07 machine on the outside, looking in 6 down, 6 to run half race distance. Lane Snook makes a mistake. He'll lose 1, now lose 2 spots. Snook on the outside looking in, but Snook looks down low. Will take back and reclaim the 3rd position as they work off into turn number 1. Snook rails the cushion through 1 and 2 and around the outside of Elmore they go. They nearly made contact down the back straightaway. Snook again working upstairs into 3 and 4. And the 23 now starting to find his rhythm one more time. The smooth criminal on the front of that, on the top of that wing. Tries to come after Randy Post. Post finds himself 1 second behind Nathan Davis in the 36 with just 3 laps left to run. Davis looking cool, calm and collected out in front. Post once again will find some pressure from Lane Snook in the 23. Snook just 2/10 of a second. Closing in now on the runner-up position. This is your battle for the final 2 transfer spots, so probably don't need to be doing anything silly right now. As Snook got some problems down into turn number 1. Gets some problems sorted out. Post is going to work back to the inside. Snook caught the cushion. May have caught the wall. Coming to the white flag. Off turn number 4 is Nathan Davis. The white flag here at Port Royal, the Speed Palace. Post and Snook once again in the final 2 transfer spots in 2nd and 3rd. This is 1 row for these 2 drivers. Meanwhile, off turn number 4, check and flag is out. Nathan Davis victorious. 2nd will go to Randy Post. Lane Snook 3rd. Stacey Elmore, Daniel Buell will come home 4th, and 5th Ferguson Harris Everton will come home in those other places that will not transfer into tonight's main event. So just recapping your first B main, your top 3 will go through. That is Nathan Davis, Randy Post and Lane Snook. Those 3 drivers going to your main event. 4th on back, we say goodbye for now, for tonight. Alright, heats are done. B main 1 is done. B main number 2 will line up like this. Roman Gephardt lines up on pole position. Terrell Wheeler from position number 2. Position number 3 is Dustin Sargent. Position number 4, Nicholas McGeethy. Position number 5, it's Skylar Brown. Position number 6, Coulter West. Position number 7, it's JP Sharder and everybody else, Newbert and Paul Miko Lajasik. Will not start, so 6 cars once again will do battle here at Port Royal. See if the pace car goes off. Pace car is off the racetrack. Gephardt, Wheeler, Sargent, McGeethy, Brown, Sharderer. 6 cars, 12 laps. Top 3 go through. 4, 5 and 6 go home. We are underway with Roman Gephardt leading the field. We go 3 wide already down into the opening 2 turns. And it's 3 wide down the back straightaway nearly. JP Sharderer had to back out of it. It is still early in this 12-lap affair. Oh, McGeethy once again doing what he did in the heat race. Oh, no, contact. And poor old Roman Gephardt, he's got a wingless. That is not good. Not good at all. So the opening lap. The opening lap will bring on the caution. So Gephardt going back to the pits. Terrell Wheeler, Dustin Sargent also going back to the pits. So that'll leave, of course, McGeethy, Brown, and JP Sharderer on the racetrack for the moment. Of course, these drivers, I'm sure they are hoping that they have a quick repair. Because, well, Roman Gephardt is going to need it. And we'll find out. Yeah, there it is. Quick repair on that one. Quick repair on Sargent. Quick repair on Wheeler. So while the quick repairs are in out, of course, they'll go to the tail end of the field. They'll come up and tag 4th, 5th and 6th position. We wait on the lights to go out on the pace truck. They are staying on. So we stay 2 to green. Of course, don't forget, you can catch the American Dirt Series on Friday nights. And there's 360 Sprint Cars, although they're coming into the final 3 weeks. Their server opens at 10 o'clock Eastern. Of course, we go live at about 10:20, 10:25 Eastern to catch all the action on Friday evenings. And then, of course, in about a month's time, once the World Championship Pro Qualifying Series for the late models is done and dusted, I believe we are going to be picking up both broadcasts on the Mondays. And again, tonight, just because the Pro Series was done quicker than ever, it was done fairly quickly, I should say, we were able to, of course, come to an agreement for tonight. Of course, after what was, and again, the quality and product that was shown on Friday night with the issues that we had, we do apologise to all the people for the American Dirt Series at Williams Grove. But here we go. B main number 2, Skylar Brown tries to chase down Nicholas McGeethy. JP Sharder into the wall. Now he's going to find himself upside down. We could be going yellow there. Big ride for JP Sharder. Boy, he wants to land on all 4s. If he can land on all 4s, at least he'll be able to drive it back to the pits. So a huge wreck for JP Sharder. That is a big one. And it starts on the exit of turn 2 and, of course, gets a little helping hand, and it doesn't finish all the way until he gets into turn number, into the pits. Almost at the exit, almost at the entry into turn 3. So Sharderer, JP will be able to get the quick repair done on that 5 machine, and again he'll be able to tag up onto the back of the field. Of course, McGeethy's had his struggles here tonight, leading a heat race, and just come unstuck in turn number 4, and he's done the same thing on the And the same thing on the opening lap of the B main. So McGeethy, Brown, 1 and 2 for the moment. Wheeler, Gephardt, Sargent and Charterer. So we'll go 1 to green. One to green. I wonder where the officials are at this week. Legends are at Fairbury? No. Street Stocks at USA? No. Beetle Lights at Daytona? I'm keen on that. Keen on that one. Pro 2s are at Wild West. 305s, Lucas Oil. I'm okay with that. Pro 4s at Crandon. I'd be okay with that one. 360s at Bristol. Street Stocks Port Royal, I'll pass. Late Models Pros at Charlotte. We go back green. We're back underway. Umpies are at the Grove. Okay, I might be okay with that one. And 410s at Kokomo. Lap 3 is in the books. 9 to run. Wheeler holding on to the final spot on the podium, and here comes Sargent and Gephardt. Gephardt in the 21 machine. Where does he go? He'll go inside, down into turn number 3. Sprout into the wall, not once but twice into the guardrail. Wheeler almost into the side of Brown. Sargent into the side of Wheeler. Scheider is still trying to work the outside of the racetrack. Cut down through the middle of the raceway. Picks up 1-2 positions. Look out, Sargent and Scheider. They go around and we go yellow. Hard racing for that 4th, 5th and 6th position. Scheider and Sargent come together. That will bring on the yellows. Gephardt, I'm sure, is loving that yellow now that he gets to hold on to the final spot on the podium. Where are the Supers at? The Supers are at Knoxville. Pro 4 open set are at Wild West. And the Pro 2s are at Wild West also. Okay, so there's quite a few bits and pieces going on this week. We might have to do some official racing again. I don't mind that actually. Back racing. Here at Port Royal. Oh, tell you what, battle on. Scheider goes down to the inside on Brown. Gephardt now on the outside looking in, but here comes Gephardt back to the inside. Scheider may have been third at the line. Boy, I tell you what, it was too close to call. Gephardt tries to slide up. Scheider had to back out of it. Scheider into the wall. Here comes Terrell Wheeler now. This is the battle for the final spot in tonight's main event for 30 laps. Last week was good, Putty, I think. It was the week before where I just couldn't finish a race. It was 2 weeks ago, mate. That was brutal. Wheeler up to position number 3. Meanwhile, Brown coming after your race leader of Nicholas McGeethy. McGeethy rides the cushion. Here comes Brown. Boy, I tell you what, Brown looks so smooth. And the yellow entry of Brown contradicting himself there a little bit. Brown thought he was going for the slider, as did McGeethy. McGeethy had to back out of it and use his turn down because he used his 4-watt and drove down to the bottom of the racetrack. McGeethy and Brown. Brown again, too good on the top side of the racetrack. Wheeler driving away from Roman Gephardt. Gephardt has got Scheider as they battle side by side off turn number 4. This is a battle for 4th and 5th, and right now that is just for a bit of bragging rights. 2 laps left to run between Brown, McGeethy, Wheeler, Gephardt and Scheider. Scheider has got some work to do, as does Roman Gephardt. As they come to the white flag, is out for Skylar Brown. Wheeler has got that final spot locked down for the moment. Will he be able to transfer into tonight's 30 lap main event down into turn number 3 and 4? Final time, Skylar Brown is victorious. Brown will get the win over McGeethy, and Wheeler will come home in position number 3. And that will conclude your second and final B main of the evening. We wait for the results to become official. Then we have a warm-up session. And then it will be ready for our 30-lap main event. So the warm-up session is upon us right now. As there it is, Brown, McGeethy and Wheeler. That will go through. I'm going to play some music. Come back on the other side of this with your main event. But for now, play a good song while we wait for the cars to come onto the racetrack. In fact, looks like they're going to have a dash. That's what I'm going to assume. Down for some official races tonight, Platty? .360s are at Knox, Bristol. And 410s are at Kokomo. Now, I know you don't like 410s. Big girls, I think, are at... I'll tell you where the big girls are at. I-55. And, of course, the Rallycross. Here we go. Dash is upon us. I'm going to say 6 laps is going to be the distance. It's the 21 machine of Cameron Pritchard, leading from Garrett Halsey in that 88 machine. Then you go back to the 04 one, so that's Tommy Scott Jr. 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Hoffman trying to come through on Grimm. Lap number 1 goes to Cameron Pritchard. Halsey runs side by side with the 81 entry. Look out, they make a bit of contact. That's Ryland Gray. Halsey. Oh boy, Halsey going to go from basically near the front of the field back to the back of the bus. Here comes Hoffman. 2 laps into this dash. Hoffman coming after Tommy Scott Jr. in that 04, that black and purple 04 inch. And then you go back to Matt Grimm, running in that 4th position, the 91. 3 laps into this one. Grimm going to the cushion through 1 and 2. That's what we're going to see a lot of. And Grimm to the outside on Tommy Scott Jr. So Tommy Scott, shuffle him back to position number 4. 4 down, I want to assume, with 2 laps left to run. Your leader is Cameron Pritchard. Kenny Hoffman. Here he comes. Hoffman down into 1 and 2 in the 1 machine. Hoffman looking for that race lead as they work down the back straightaway. Hoffman is closer right now than what he's been all race long. Of course, he's had to track down the 21 machine. Pritchard, who was seen on Friday evenings being the most dominant driver and being your points leader. Hoffman into the wall. That will pretty much take any opportunity away as he works down into 3 and 4. To the middle goes Pritchard. Off turn number 4, assuming it is the checkered flag. It's going to be Cameron Pritchard to continue to lead the way from Hoffman. Hoffman again, he is all over the rear bumper, but checkered flag is out. There we go. 6 laps is the distance. We are done. Cameron Pritchard, Kenny Hoffman, those drivers will start the main event from the front row. And let's now take a look. Well, we can't even take a look at the results because we can't. So let's step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV, play some music, and be back in just a few moments' time.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue laid down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
Oh, what a banger of a song. Mr. Red, White and Blue, Coffee Anderson. Here we go. Main event time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to take a look at your starting grid from back to front. Position number 22, Terrell Wheeler. Position number 21, Lane Snook. Position number 20, Nicholas McGeethy. Position number 19, Randy Post. Skylar Brown, position 18. Position 17, Nathan Davis. Position number 16, Ryan Sheep. Position number 15, Joseph Grandy. Robert Boggs, position number 14. Position number 13, Eric Whitner. Position number 12, Trevor Royer. Position number 11, Jack Young. Alex Zazinski, position number 10. Casey Simons, position number 9. And then, of course, we move in to your qualifiers from the dash, position number 8. Looks like it'll be... Oh, waiting. Looks like we'll have Stephen Fernberg, Garrett Halsey at a 6, Rylan Gray 5, Tommy Scott Jr. position number 4, Matt Grimm position number 3, Kenny Hoffman position number 2, and on the pole for tonight's main event, it is going to be Cameron Pritchard. .30 laps is the distance. American Dirt Series 360 winged sprint cars. Live tonight from the Port Royal Speedway. It's time to go racing. Pritchard and Hoffman. In row 1, safety car, the racing.com official pace truck pulls infield. Ready to launch him off turn number 4. American Dirt Series main event. Let's get dirty for 30 here at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway. And we are green. Cameron Pritchard, of course, will lead us down into turn number 1. Out of turn 2, it's Pritchard still leading the way from Kenny Hoffman. Then you go back to Grimm, followed by Rylan Gray. Garrett Halsey now looking to the inside on the 04 of Tommy Scott Jr. as they work off turn 4. Oh boy, almost a little contact there. There may have been contact between Hoffman and Matt Grimm. Working through that first and second turn. Not sure why the overlay is not working, but I'll tell you what, let's get that up right there. Oh, don't tell me it's doing this again. Lap 2 is into the books. Gray in the 81 machine working down on the bottom side of Matt Grimm. Grimm still holds on to a podium position. Then you go back to Gray, Zach Olthoff. Pritchard still your race leader. 3 down. Hoffman has got some company right now with Matt Grimm as Grimm goes to the outside. Inside. We are yellow here on lap number 3. I'm trying to fist the overlay. I mean, I want to fist it, I just can't. A relay texture. Okay, we're going that there. Just relax. I'm trying to fix the overlay. I wonder if I can import it again. Yeah, we stopped that. Ready? I know we've got 3 laps in the books. Hide. I'm trying. Right. We're going to try again. And let's reload it that way. I'm trying to fist. Okay, just stick with that one. See, I told you. 3 laps into the books. Overlay fist. Just gotta have faith, right? Pace car in 27 remaining. Pritchard off turn number 4 once again. We'll mash the throttle down to the floor. We are green. Here comes Hoffman trying to throw the slider into turn number 1 and 2, but Pritchard turns it back down to the middle of the racetrack. Cameron Pritchard back to the race lead as they work down the back straightaway. Hoffman still rides in the runner-up position. We go yellow. I don't know if I want to attempt to have a dig at this replay. We are back under yellow flag conditions here at Port Royal. I believe we are still 2 to green. Yet pace truck is still on the racetrack. So just trying to catch up with everything that is going on. So what we know now is of course, the American Dirt Series, 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. We've got Weed Sport this week, followed by Charlotte and I-55. And the Monday night series, they've got 2 divisions, one at 7:15 p.m. Eastern and one at 9 p.m. Eastern. course, we're in week number 3 here at Port Royal. Next week, they go to I-55, followed by Eldora, Lanier, Lernerville, Charlotte, USA, Limaland, Bristol, Cedar Lake, The Grove, and Volusia to wrap it all up. And of course, they're Wednesday night. They got the Wednesday night wingless. Starting up in a week and a half's time, the Cedar Lake, I-55, Fairbury, Lanier, Limaland, Volusia, Lernerville, Lincoln. 8 weeks, 1 drop week. Right now, we worry about the Lightning portion part of the program for the American Dirt Series. And it is still Cameron Pritchard, 5 down. We're back live for 25 here at Port Royal. The Speed Palace working the bottom is Ryland Gray. Here comes Halsey making a move now by Tommy Scott Jr. for that 5th spot on the racetrack. Scott trying to turn it back underneath him as they work off turn number 4. Garrett Halsey holds on to position number 5. Meanwhile, trying to come after your race leaders, Kenny Hoffman. It's all about who can ride the cushion all the way around the Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace here in Pennsylvania. We're not in the sprint car capital of the world. We're not on the Knoxville Raceway, but we're certainly at the home of the porch sitters. And we'll see if the porch or the posse can win here tonight. I don't know if there's any posse guys here tonight. In fact, I know Trevor Roy is a posse guy, but he is deep in this field. In fact, he's mid-pack for the moment. Pritchard, Hoffman, 1 and 2. Grimm rounding up the podium. Then you go back to Gray, Halsey, your top 5. Looking back through this field, speaking of the posse, there is Trevor Roy in that 90 machine, getting passed by his teammate Ryan Sheet in that number 10 machine. Just in front of them is the 29 of Stephen Fernberg. In front of Fernberg is Zach Olthoff in the 410 machine. Then you go back to the 54 of Casey Simons. Olthoff now to the inside. He's going to pick up position number 7. Simons back to position number 8. Slider into 3 and 4. We're 10 down, 20 to run. Here at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway, round number 3 of the American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars on a Monday night, the Lightning Division. What a battle you've got for 6th and 7th. Make that 7th and 8th. 6 is Garrett Halsey. He's been passed there by Tommy Scott Jr. as we go yellow. And a 1 second lead is going to be evaporated. Boy, Cameron Pritchard looks really smooth on the top of the racetrack. He really is going to be one to watch in the rest of the season. So our fourth caution, or third caution. In fact, actually, let's have a look. Oh no, because it shows. That shows that I have not done that. Yeah. No, look, that does not look. I'm not a fan of that down there. It's too big. It's too big. Actually, check something. Look at that. Well, look at that. Well, we know he's driving a sprint car. I wonder. Let's go and have a look at a couple other drivers here. Of course, Matt Grimm in that 91 machine that King Race designs. Number 91. Oh, there we go. Don't know why that was playing silly buggers like that, but you know, that's alright. Here we go, one more time. We'll lead them off to number 4. 12 down, 18 to go. 30 lap main event. The Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway. Pritchard, Hoffman, Grimm, Gray and Scott, Tommy Scott Jr. That's your top five as they work down the front straight away. Immediately going down to the inside is Ryland Gray, working through 1 and 2. Picks up third position, but not for long because here comes Matt Grimm. Has Grimm found his way back into a podium position? Gray will go upstairs into 3 and 4, and Gray's going to go upside down out of the ballpark, back onto the racetrack, back to the inside. And well, back to the pits. I mean, that's the long way. Well, that's a quick way to go back to the pits, but yellow on the speedway one more time. And well, these PA tracks and broadcast, something just is amiss. It is what it is. Gee, I tell you what, I love racing around Williams Grove Speedway in a sprint car. It's the best PA track we've got. Lernerville's okay. No more Port and Lincoln. Yeah, I don't. Not a fan. That's just my opinion. But you know what? Opinions are like they're like backsides. Everyone's got them. So let's get. So lights are out. Pritchard. We'll see us back to the green flag. We go back green here at Port Royal Speedway. And it's still Pritchard leading the way from Hoffman as well. We are back quickly. Lane Snooker's out of the event. Eric Whitner is back in the pits. And just struggling to get some laps in here at the Speed Palace. So week number 3 of the American Dirt Series 360 winged sprint cars. From Port Royal. 2 divisions on the Monday nights. 7:15 Eastern, then 9 o'clock Eastern. And of course, don't forget their wingless Wednesday starting up in a week and a half's time. And then of course the final 3 weeks of their Friday night program, 10 o'clock Eastern Friday evening. Last 3 races: Weedsport, Lucas Oil, and Charlotte. Couple of good tracks in Lucas Oil and Charlotte. Weedsport, well, could be a flip of a coin, could be a good one, could not be. You're just going to have to wait and find out and catch all the action. Friday nights are live on here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and in about a month's time you'll be able to catch the Monday night series right here on Ultimate Dirt TV as well. So we look forward to having your company. Should be ready to fire off. Here we go, back underway. It's still Pritchard to lead the way, half race distance, 15 down, 15 to run. Excuse me. And then you go back to Grimm in third, Tommy Scott in fourth, and you're followed by Simons running at your top five. Althoff runs in that sixth position. He cuts down on the exit of turn number 4. Then you go back to Royer, Davis, followed by Post, Szynski. Szynski makes a move on McGeethy down into 1 and 2, sorry. McGeethy works back past Szynski. Then you go back to Skylar Brown. But here comes McGeethy with a move on Post. And here comes Szynski around the outside. He's making it work. That Velocity Race Designs. Black Diamond Motorsports. Totally tinted number 23 machine. Now cuts down to the bottom of the exit of turn number 2. Finding the moisture downstairs. 12 to run here in your main event as they work off turn number 4. Your leader's already in the middle of 1 and 2. Cameron Pritchard leads the way. Davis trying to get by his teammate of Trevor Royer. You can see Royer has got the wing tugged right back, as does Nathan Davis. Boy, their car is super tight right now. We are yellow. So, again, just look, yeah, I don't know. Just not a fan of the big girls. Yeah, I'll probably do it with this. If you do it, I'll do it. No streaming though. Back underway, 11 remaining. Royer, well, I tell you what, he's got his work cut out for him, trying to hold off Nathan Davis. Althoff will lose a number of positions to the Black Diamond Motorsports guys. 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. Davis trying to go through the middle. Royer was upstairs, and Althoff was working down low. Meanwhile, it's still Cameron Pritchard as we work on 9 to go. Hoffman still runs in the runner-up position. Grimm in third. Scott Simons at your top 5. Scott has found himself 1.3 seconds away ahead of Casey Simons in that 5th position. Then you go back to Royer, Davis. There is Brown, Ryland Gray, McGeethy's there. Zach Althoff is there as well. Look at contact as Althoff got into the back of Gray. Brown trying to shut the door. 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. And it is all sorts of busy right now. Just right around outside the top 5 and just inside the top 10. Gray continues to roll the bottom side through 1 and 2. But it is Nathan Davis who works back to the outside. And we go yellow with 6 to run. And a 7/10 of a second lead for Cameron Pritchard. Once again, will find themselves back into that single file formation. And it's anybody, and I don't think anybody has got anything for this 21 machine of Cameron Pritchard. He just looks too good, too strong, and the top side of the racetrack is really the place to be. Here at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway. I wish you had a different line to choose from other than the top side. Surprised at how slick this track is, considering that it's all just been a freight train upstairs. It's to go. Six to run. Safety car comes in. Pritchard, Hoffman, Grimm, once again your podium drivers. Simons and Royer, your top five. Royer for the posse. Trying to put the 90 machine up on the top step of the podium. We go back green. Simons in the 54. Has got a chance for that podium, but right now the top three, they are just way too good and way too good on the top. Coming to 5 to run off turn 4. Davis and Royer once again, they'll resume their battle, but here comes Skylar Brown to the outside on Davis. Moves Skylar Brown to position number 6. Now back to 7th, back to 6th position on the exit of turn number 2, and now trying to come after a top 5. I thought he might have been going the slide of Roland Gray in the 81 machine, trying to work it downstairs through 3 and 4. It is not working for him. You need to be upstairs. Half a second between Pritchard and Hoffman as they work down the back straightaway. Look at the gap just open up for Cameron Pritchard. It's now down up to 1/8 of a second. Slider by Brown on Royer. Royer turns it back underneath him. 3 to run as they cross the start-finish line. Battle on for 5, 6, 7 and 8 right now. Who do you appreciate? We appreciate these guys putting on a show here at Port Royal Speedway. McGeethy to the inside on Davis. Brown to the inside on Royer. They work off turn number 4. Davis and Royer both turn back to the inside on McGeethy and Brown. Brown has got position number 5. We've got 2 laps left to run. A long slider from Trevor Royer. But now that allows Nathan Davis. Brown's already got by Royer. Here comes Davis. Davis to the inside just as we were coming to the white flag. And once you get that white flag, you race it out to the start-finish line. The yellow comes out, which sends us to overtime and a green-white checker situation. Oh boy. A green-white checker to finish us off here at the Port Royal Speedway. Just as we were getting close to wrapping this one up, they just say, nope, we are going overtime. Ryan Sheet, Zach Althoff for the drivers involved in that one. Ryan Sheet back to the pits. Zach Althoff stomping here on the bottom of turn number 1 and 2, which means he's going to the rear of the field. Absolutely, you can still hashtag blame Alex. Yeah, ready? Watch this. Hashtag blame Alex. Bottom left of your screen. There you go. Hashtag blame Alex Robinson. And just hashtag blame Alex. Lights are out. I hope. Yeah, they are. We get ready to go for a green-white checker. Can we get this one into the books? Getting ready to let loose. 2 laps around Port Royal is all that separates the win. And Cameron Pritchard from victory lane. Hoffman again, he's D1. He's not going to die wondering right now as they work down the back straightaway. 3/10 of a second. Ken Hoffman reel in Pritchard. Once they get to the wide, they will race it out till the start-finish line. 1 lap left to run. Oh, we are yellow just as they cross the line. And I wonder Just keep an eye on the overlay here, because I wonder if we're going to a green-white checker. Yeah, we are. Overtime number 2. I thought we were there. McGeethy, Ryland Gray, both in the pits. And it all comes unstuck. Absolutely. Hashtag blame Alex. Imagine being that guy that gets blamed. You never want to be that guy that gets blamed. Right, Alex? But it is what it is. Just get blamed and, well, it happens. It happens. Max. Okay. Karambit. Ooh, Karambit Law. I like that. Okay. See if there's anything else. Here we go. Overtime number 2. Pritchard, Hoffman, Grimm. Let's go racing. So they work the field down into 1 and 2 once again. Oh, slider by Hoffman on Pritchard. Pritchard has already turned it underneath as they work down into 3 and 4. Hoffman, I thought he was going for the big Hail Mary play. White flag is out. Here comes Grimm to the outside. Grimm looking to go for the race lead. Slider line from Pritchard. Grimm into the wall. Hoffman, 3-way dance for the race lead as they work down the back straightaway. Hoffman looking to go from hero to 0 down into turn number 3 and 4. He'll rail the top side off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Pritchard. Cameron Pritchard wins. Hoffman and Grimm. Oh my, what a finish. And 2 races here at Port Royal. Although this one for the minor placings. Your official results coming up on screen. Pritchard gets the win. Kenny Hoffman, 5/1000th of a second, will get second over Matt Grimm in third. Fourth will go to Brown. Simons, your top 5. Halsey, Royer, Post, Wheeler and Boggs, your top 10. Davis, Fernberg, Althoff, Grandy, Young, your top 15. Gray, McGeethy, Sheets, Scott, Szynski, your top 20. Whitner and Snook to come home 21st and 22nd. What a way, Cameron Pritchard. He will win week number 3. Holy cow. What a way to wrap up this Monday night. And Cameron Pritchard will get the win. Let's go and chat to the driver that comes home in third place tonight. It is Matt Grimm. Matt, congratulations on this third place finish. Boy, 5/1000th of a second. That was close at the line, but what a hell of a race in that last 2 laps.
Yeah, I wish we would have got some green laps there. We were definitely competitive tonight and just couldn't go our way with these cautions. Every time we'd get rolling, another one come out. Got around Hoffman a couple times, but of course.
It took us through those last couple of laps because we had the second green-white checker. Hoffman throws a big bomb on Pritchard. Then, of course, that slows them 2 up. That allows you to come to the picture. Talk us through those last couple of laps from the cockpit of that number 91 machine.
Yeah, once I seen him throw it in there, I knew that they were going to start slowing up a good bit. So I just tried to pick my lanes real carefully because I was going to have a lot of speed coming up on them. And luckily, they kind of left the middle open there, and I thought I was going to get them both, but Pritchard kind of threw a block on me down the straightaway, and the second time it didn't really work that well, and just I don't know how close it was. It felt real close.
Well, between you and Pritchard, there was, I think, less than a tenth, and between you and Hoffman, there was 5/1000ths of a second. But man, what's it like trying to get around Port Royal when the track gets like this, very slick, one lane on the top, and the cushion's very gnarly?
Man, it was rough up there. Once those cautions started throwing out, it just changed instantly to rough. Before those, I was real good. There at the end, you just kind of had to go into it real careful for the first couple laps because it just had to get back in a rhythm, and then you could get the bottom to work, like a cut down line and kind of the middle for like a lap or so. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty much one lane.
Well, mate, you certainly put this King Race Designs number 91 in a good spot to come away with a win, but unfortunately, third place will have to do for tonight. Matt, before we let you go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes who gets this done for you on the 91 machine.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody over at YOB Racing who gives me the chance to do this for them and represent them. Tim Ryan for putting out these great sets that I can be competitive against these guys in, and the people who help us out, LCJ Carpentry, Catalyst and Computers, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, and King Race Designs.
All right, there we go. Matt Grimm, ladies and gentlemen, home in position number 3. Home in second place tonight. He is a bridesmaid tonight. Kenny Hoffman comes home with the runner-up spot. Kenny, congratulations on the second. Probably a bit of sweet second place, but man, I tell you what, yeah, you threw everything, including the kitchen sink at Cameron Pritchard there.
Yeah, when you get such a one-lane track, it's kind of just survive, and then toward the end, make your move. The white flag lap, or coming to the white flag and over in 3 and 4, if I would have went to the top, I think I probably could have squeezed up in front of Cam because he went low to protect. So there's just a lot of driver mistakes there. But it was very difficult. One lane track, and that's how Port Royal is on here, and having front end damage, especially around this place with all the ruts and stuff, is definitely not fun to drive with. So, yeah, it was. All in all, good run. It was an exciting finish from my point of view.
That was definitely exciting from up here, but mate, congratulations on this runner-up position. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes, mate, who gets this done for you on the one machine.
Yeah, just I'd like to thank all my teammates over at Racecraft Academy. All the Nitro Circus guys, Next Level Racing, Apex Gaming PCs, Pimax. I'm sure there might be a couple more I'm missing right now, but thank you for jumping on and picking up the broadcast tonight for this league, and thanks to all the admins that are putting this on, and then
Mate, congratulations on second. No doubt we'll see you out through the next couple of weeks anyway.
Yep, thank you.
Kenny Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen, home in position number 2, and Walt making it another victory here tonight from the Port Royal Speedway, driving the 21, picks up where he left off from a Friday night dominating performance with the Friday night series. But Cameron Pritchard home in position number 1. Cameron, congratulations on getting the job done. Well, I tell you what, you're making this look easy, and you're making this a regular occurrence to victory lane.
Yeah, it's just man, what that was fun. That was adrenaline rushing, and just one crazy end there, and just to have it like that is always a blast. Always have it nailed tooth to wire. But yeah, it was just a fun race.
The first 25 laps, you had this field well and truly covered. No one was getting near. All of a sudden, we get a caution. It sends us into overtime and a green-white checker. We almost get to the white flag. We have to do it again, send us into the final, the final green-white checker. And all of a sudden, a 3-wide battle between yourself, Kenny, Matt. Now, that's just a crazy way to finish off what should have been a real comfortable victory for you.
Yeah, just there was a decent amount of cautions all through the night, and I think it was like 19 to go, and that was when I had a big lead, and it came out, and then I started to get frustrated because they kept coming out every time I got a lead, and when I got 25, I was still a little frustrated, but I figured I knew what to do, and I did it, and then we had that right at the white flag, we got the green-white checkered, and that was pretty frustrating, and when we were about to get it again, have a decent lead, the the caution flew again. So I'm pretty lost on what to do, like with the restarts. I get tight and I get loose, and just hope to get all the goodie down the straightaway. And just in 1 and 2, the middle, there was such a big bump that actually pushed me down the straightaway and actually in the middle of the corner, which would push me in the slick. So I feel like that's where he started to get me. But when I started to get my momentum up and just a groove, it was I feel like I was pretty good.
When we have those sort of stop-start affairs throughout throughout the duration of that event, and especially at the end there, when you come to the white flag not once but twice tonight, how do you keep yourself composed? How do you stay focused?
It's kind of hard to do. You just got to think of your next move. You got to don't think who's behind you or what they're doing. Make sure your wing's right and everything's right on the car. And obviously I can trust Dean to set it up right. So I just got to do my part and race it good. But yeah, it's just keep calm. Don't worry what's behind you, and just like guess on what you're gonna do next.
Yeah, mate, well, look, well done on the victory here tonight from the Speed Palace Port Royal Speedway, Monday night with the American Dirt Series. Cameron, before we let you go, of course, you'll have the final say, who sponsors, shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you on the 21 car?
Yep, just JVI, Flow Racing from the car, Bobcat. I know I'm missing a few, but just Dean and everybody over there, man. We worked so hard on the sets, and just thanks for the whole team. Dave for spotting, Tommy was in the race, Nick, and just everybody over there, man. They do such a major part, and I'm just glad I'm able to bring back a win for them today.
All right, well done on the win. I'm sure we'll see you out over the next couple of weeks anyway.
Yep, thank you.
There we go, guys. Cameron Pritchard, ladies and gentlemen, your driver that comes home in position number 1. Of course, that will wrap up the Monday night portion of the American Dirt Series Lightning Division with the 360 winged sprint cars. Of course, we will pick up their Monday night shows after the World of Outlaws iRacing Qualifying Championships, thanks to Butt Kicker and powered by iRacing. But for now, our next broadcast will be Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, the final round of the Pro Dirt Racing League Pro Late Models, followed by Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, the American Dirt Series 360 Winged Sprint Cars. They've got their final 3 weeks of the program, and then in about a month's time, we pick up the Monday night division as well. Until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off saying good night. We'll see you next time.